This meeting is being recorded.
Basically, these are general exercises that we use to practice loops. Right? These are just general exercises that we use to practice loops. So you have to practice this few times. And this is what we have done about the pattern. But you have to practice this a few times. Then only you will get the exact exposure to this, because this will come only through the practicing. Like no need to buy hard, so it's not going to help you here. So let's save this as exercise 13, and I'm going to remove everything except the pattern one, and saving this as EX13 Java, and the desktop. Save it and go to the terminal, and Java C EX Java. And then just use 13, and understand these are the things, two things that we have considered. The first one here is outer loop, and the next one is, we can call that inner loop. And this part is basically the outer loop. Outer loop contains inner loop also. This is outer loop. So within this outer loop, this instruction is belong to the outer loop. And out of that, I'm just highlighting this is inner loop. In the inner loop, this instruction is only belongs to the inner loop. So, sorry, this is belong to inner loop as well as the outer loop, because it's anyway inside the outer loop. So this is printed in asterisk. After that, the outer loop is printed in the next line. Outer loop is here generating 5 lines. Only duty of the outer loop is going this through 5 lines. If you say 10 there, so it will loop 10 times, and there will be 10 lines, because this println is only belongs to the outer loop, so it's printing 10 lines. So same pattern will be continued for 10 lines. Okay, that's the, okay. So let's see what can we do with this when there are spaces. Okay, I'm printing spaces, and after the spaces I'm printing line with asterisk. So let's see. So what will happen with that? Just marking the margin. Okay, compiling. Now you can see the increasing number of spaces, increasing number of spaces and asterisks. Actually, we have marked the area. Increasing number of spaces are like 1 space, 2 space, up to 10 space, then the asterisks. Only thing is you need, yes, decreasing number of asterisks. Decreasing number of asterisks should, like first time you should see at least 10 asterisks. Right? When there is no space, actually, you can start with 0. When there are no space, there should be 10 asterisks here, because this is 10. Otherwise, 5. Okay. Then, so let's do something like this. I'm copying this one, and just after this, before going to the next line, I'm pasting this one more time. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to print asterisks. And this asterisk I'm going to remove. It's only print line. Just to go to the next line. And what will happen? Okay, you can see increasing number of asterisks, increasing number of asterisks, and increasing number of spaces. But this is not the one that we have expected. We need decreasing number of steps. So therefore, we can start with a decreasing number. Yeah, here maybe you can say 10 minus j. The easiest way. Okay, can you see? 10 minus j, that means the first one you have like here 10 minus 0, 0. Here you have 0 space. When there are 0 spaces, there will be 10 asterisks. 0 space 10 asterisks. Actually, you can start with 1, but the problem here. So then there will be 9 asterisks, right? It's not 10 asterisks. That's why I started. You can start with that, but that will bring you 9 asterisks. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you need 10, you have to put either you can put 11 there. So that is another thing. But if you put 11, there's another problem. Okay, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's going from the 10 to 11. Yeah, 11 last 11 minus, yeah, that is 1. Okay, it doesn't matter. We can put 11. Or we can start with here I started with 1 to spaces are increasing from 1 to spaces are increasing from 1 to 10, and then asterisks are decrementing from 10 to 1. Okay, just try it.
Okay, I tried it.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay, can you try the other one? Other way? Other way mean like, so this is like, it's same, right? Same. Only thing is you have to change the asterisks and spaces this time. This one. Now, after the loop example, actually we have done only for loop, but we didn't test other loops as it can confuse you. I didn't test other loops, but let me introduce other 2 loops also quickly and just let me introduce other 2 loops also. Okay, the next loop is while loop. The next loop is while loop. In while loop, you have to manually define these 3 entries. That means the starting point. Let's say int I equal 1. So that is your starting point. And in the while, you have to mention the condition while maybe I less than or equal to 10. And the range of while loop. Just print ln, let's print ln the I. And you need to manually control the changes. Otherwise, what will happen? I is 1. When I is less than 10, do this. I is 1. I is 1. 1 less than 10, it will do this. But forever, I will be 1. So this is never ending. This will never end. Why? The reason why this is never ending, the reason is I is 1, and I remains 1. Because I is not going to change. After printing, still I is 1. So one thing that you can do is you can just print I plus plus. So very simple thing. Why? After printing, I will be incremented. This way, I will reach 10 one day. And when I will reach 10, it will stop. Okay, let me run this 13.java and so everything okay. It should print 1 to 10 here. The reason is because I plus plus is similar to I equal I plus 1. Another way of telling this is print I, then add 1 to I. Print I and add 1 to I. So that will do this. Print I and add 1 to I. Will do this. Okay. So this is while loop. Or you can just print the I and leisurely you can say 1 I equal I plus 1. So that will also perform. You can do this with me. That will also perform the intended operation. And another way of doing this is just put I plus plus. So that will also do it. Still the same. And another way of doing it is plus plus I. That will also do it. Anyway, your intention is to reach 10. When you reach 10, that happens. I equal I plus 1, I plus plus, I plus plus, O plus plus I. Everything will work. Only goal is to reach 10 one day. If you're reaching, yes. So this is while loop. Actually, when you know the for loop, it's easy to find, easy to do, easy to move to the while loop. And so there are never-ending while loops can also be used. So let me introduce a never-ending, unending while loop. I'm using another variable. This time I'm using k. And I'm telling while 1 or while true. While 1 or while true, when you're doing something, it is never-ending. Right? It's k plus plus something. No, this is never-ending. This is not going to end. Then if it is not going to end, it's a problem. Right? Even though you increment, everything happens, okay. But while 1, let's use while true. But this is not going to end, and you can see it's keep counting, keep counting, keep counting, keep counting. And you can see it's going moving forward. Keep counting. It's not ending. It's not ending. You have to put Control C to cancel the command. Then in this case, we have to manually break it out because this is never ending. You have to manually break it out. You can say check if let's say k equal to 10. Once k become 10, you can manually break. Curly braces. Actually, curly braces you can skip. If there is only one statement, curly brace can be skipped. But here I'm putting the formality is preserved, so I'm just putting the in. So this is like what you can do. You can break it. So I hope you know the break operation that we have used in Python. Break is basically terminating something. Break is terminating. Let's try. The first loop is anyway naturally printing 1 to 10. The second loop is breaking when it is 10. Actually, when it is 11, you need to break, right? Because you need 10 as well, no? When it is 11 or when it is less than 11, you need to break. So this is another implementation of while. Right? You terminate. Actually, so terminated is one thing. You have another special operation in Java and Python also, that is continuing, skipping. So let me try that. If you can say if k equal to 5, I'm skipping. Skipping without terminating can be done with the continue clause. Right? What will happen then? You can see it's printing. Oh, it's printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on. Isn't it continuing? Before printing, you have to do this. Before printing, you have to. Otherwise, no point in that. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it halts because when it is 5, it's continuing, it's holding because it's not going to increment. Before that, we need to do the increment, right? Because why? The increment is needed. Otherwise, so before printing, you need to, like before continuing, right? You have to say, hey, increment this. So otherwise, like when you try to continue, it will keep continuing. Or maybe at the end, not at the end. Yeah, but still, I think this will give a problem. Yeah, still, I think it will give a problem. It will hold that value. Oh, it's okay. 1, 2, here you can see 1 is not there because you are starting from this. Let's start with 0. Then see what will happen. Oh, sorry. Compile. And see here. So you are printing 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5 is missing there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to 11. Up to 11. So why? Because you are starting from k and you are incrementing k. If k is equal to 5, you are continuing, right? But k is not equal. Initially k is 1, so you are printing that 1, and you are again checking if k is equal to 11. You are breaking. The break-in should need to be done before this. Then like 11 will not be printed. 11 should be checked first, and then the break-in should be done. Then 11 will not be printed. You can see it's printing from 1 to 10. Continue and break. These are also important statements in Java and Python. Continue will skip. Break will terminate. Right? That's why 5 is not there. 5 is skipping. And you can skip. So let's do something to skip odd numbers. You can say if k modulus 2 equal to 1, that is odd, right? When something is divided and remaining is 1, that is odd. So here you can see the odd numbers are skipped. Oh. That will do a problem. Then you cannot check with 11 because 11 will be skipped, right? 11 will be skipped. You cannot break like this. Then you have to say if it is less than, if it is greater than 10, break. Otherwise 11 will never make, so it will continue. So these are the logical things. Now we can see it's printing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Why? If it is odd, skip. You cannot put 11 there. Why? When it is 11, it will be skipped. So it will never break. That is why you are printing the even numbers continuously. These are the logic errors that you can see. So is it clear to you? Or like, I know it's a bit confusing sometimes, but I think you can watch the recording. And if there are questions also, you can ask in this point. Did you understand why we put 11? It continues. It was never ending. Why? What is the reason when I put 11 there? It was never ending. 11, is it an odd number or even number?
It's an odd number.
It's an odd number. So when there's odd number, what will happen? In the previous line number 15 says, when it is odd number, Continue. Continue means skip that step and go back to the front. Skip that step. Then this will be skipped, right? This whole part will be skipped.
Yeah.
When 11 is there, the whole part will be skipped and go to the next. Then what will happen? Our
Okay,
break statement says when it is 11 break, then it will never meet 11. Right? Because 11 will be skipped. Before breaking, it will be skipped. Did you understand the logic?
Yeah.
Okay, but when you put something greater than 10 break, then for 12, 12 is greater than 11 will be skipped, but 12 is greater than 10, so it will be terminated. Understood?
Yeah.
Or another way of doing this is what? You can say k equal 12 break. Because 12 is there, right? 11, even 11 is skipped, 12 will be there. So you can say when it is equal to 12, you break. So that will happen. That's okay. So did you understand how I'm thinking? This is how the coding thinking should come like this. When you're coding, you have to think as a think logically, right? Think as a coder, think logically. Then so I cannot tell you this is the exact one that you have to use, but there are multiple options. That depends on your thinking. But that's why when you are putting new line, you see that new line character. I said, oh, okay, doesn't matter. You can put that new line. Or another way of doing that is just putting system.out.println empty. Okay.
Okay.
There are multiple ways. Like not just that, there are some more other ways of doing this. That is the nature of programming. When you do the programming, when you understand the logic, you will find out a way. No need not to be my lesson, my way of doing. Your way of doing is different from my way. Okay. So now actually with this, like you can try with different, even in future, like you. So when you are doing that, so in order to polish yourself, I think my recommendation is try some coding, maybe tests, coding quizzes, coding competitions, hackathons, and all. That will definitely improve yourself. But you have to challenge yourself. You have to challenge yourself, then only you'll find a way. Okay. Right. Then with that, I'll stop from here. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.